All right, so we are going to start diving into the meat. I will give a little introduction into what I call the cycle of frustration. And that is what I am so happy to have broken out of after years of going in that familiar cycle and dance with my husband. And I want to help you break out of it as well. And this is something that I do find relates to having children, and my example will have with having children, but I'll also relate it to even situations just in marriage before children. All right. So, for women who have had kids, I this might resonate with you. If it doesn't, I am so happy for you. But what I find with talking to women is this happens very often. All right, so you give birth. You are exhausted, you are hormonal, you this is a whole new experience. I worked at WIC. I taught women how to take care of their babies, how to breastfeed, and I was not prepared. So I can't even imagine what it's like when you don't even have that background. So your husband, he is also unsure of what to do and he doesn't know how to help you. He wants to help you. He wants to fix things, but he's not quite sure. He's learning too. So you are not at your best state, obviously. You're probably going to be venting frustrations. You might be crying. You might be begging for help. You might be complaining. Um, Maybe that's just me, but I've talked to other women and it seems to be the case because again, and it's not necessarily your fault. Obviously, you're dealing with a lot and sleep deprivation is real. I mean, it's a torture tactic for a reason. Like it is rough. So, your husband, he jumps in. He wants to be the hero. He tries to help you, but it's not you are the expert. It's your baby, right? You grew this baby for 9 months. You're the mother. You know how to mother. So you might tell him he's doing it wrong. You might show him how to do it better. You might be criticizing him, telling him what to do. Um, and then he might feel like a failure. He might be like, "Shoot, I'm trying to help, but all I hear is more criticism. All I hear is more complaints. She's not even letting me try to be a dad. I don't even know what I'm doing. Apparently, I'm not capable of being a dad." So, because your way is better. So he feels hurt. It can lower his confidence. And I know the temptation is to not be sensitive to his feelings in this because you are struggling and you need his help. So you're going to get more frustrated, obviously. So then, if you kind of go through this cycle more and more, he's eventually going to stop wanting to help and he's going to be checked out. He's going to be doing video games. He's going to be staying at work later because he wants to be successful. He wants to make you happy. He wants to be your hero. And he probably was good at doing that before you had kids. He might have been at least better at it. But now he doesn't know how to do that. And it just seems like no matter what, you are unhappy. You're unhappy with him. Um, so you might get more resentful, more frustrated. You might tell him he needs to help more. So this can lead, if unchecked, and sorry if this is doing a little dramatic, but that was my experience, and it from what I've heard from other women, it can kind of play out like that. Maybe not quite so intense and dramatic as it was in my situation, but it can lead to a breakdown of the relationship. In Facebook groups, because since I wasn't the child birth and lactation field, I'm in a lot of new mom groups and I see this so many times about their partner, who is otherwise a great partner, not helping out with the baby or not being able to help out the baby. Um, so, we were going to talk about how to break this cycle, hopefully, or at least to handle it better. I just had my fourth baby, and I wouldn't say I was always perfect. We still had a few tense times, but literally it might have just lasted like 10, 15 minutes. Both of us know how to handle it and get out of it better now. So that is my hope for you. We want to break this cycle because it is so frustrating and it's hurtful. It's hurtful for you. You feel unsupported. He feels hurt because he's trying to help and you're not recognizing that. So we don't want having babies. It is a stressful time, but we don't want it to break down your marriage. It happens to so many marriages, and it doesn't have to be that way. So there is a better way. And like I say, there is hope for a better marriage. So we're going to dive in on how to do this. And I am excited to do this together.